Yeah.
So one of those days when you were on doing your schooling for your promotion, I did a live stream, and just before I started the live stream, in the background I had a channel called Vivo. It's a music channel on 80s industry on Pluto channel, Pluto stream, and I had in the background with no music playing, you had Phil Collins was playing in the air tonight. You know, Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh yeah.
And actually two tagged me, and they gave me a warning, and I had a copyright for that stream because there was no music being played when his picture was on in the background. Phil Collins, it's crazy. So I got beat up on it. Working on the horse. Big the power. Nice tattoo stream. It's not a busy stream anymore.
Well, we are actually live right now.
Okay, well that's cool. Everybody, we're gonna jump onto Frank's channel. Frank, thank you so much. Thank you, Shredder. Big the power, Mr. Simon Cassie, JB. Let's all go on Frank's stream. It was a Black Pinto Arabian. Mr. Simon. Red Roses. So guys, let's jump onto Frank's stream. Thank everybody. We'll all be on your channel second, Frank, but these guys will do a little chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Paul.
Well, no, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on yourself. It's very interesting to help me get views.
Hey, no
Thank you,
problem.
guys. Let's all go support Frank. Let's all roll him tonight, actually. That's cool, guys. If you don't get a wrench, let me know in tomorrow's chat. Everybody should have got a wrench, and then tomorrow I'll give everybody a second wrench. So thank you, Frank. Let's all go to his channel, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Oh, Simon first in the chat. Shredder, what's up? Simon was also fourth and fifth. All right, I'm going to get this out on Twitter real quick. What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, we got Cassie in there. We got Simon going with the spam here. All right, tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Oh, I am all discombobulated today. It was insanely busy day at work today. So let's jump over, check this, check that. Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, let's have a look at what was going on in the market today. Looking forward to swinging on my future hammock drinking because I got rich. Yeah, that's... I don't know about a hammock, but I would really like, at my cabin homestead, have a nice 2-seater swing and just be able, out there by the lake on a nice cool evening, wrapped up in a comforter, talking with the groups. Hello again, welcome Pika. Yeah, we got Simon, Shredder, Cassie, Paul, Pika. What an amazing group we got in here tonight. So yeah, I was looking. I had. I am still trying to get that Ford wheel up and running. It's being delayed again. There's a limit to how low I would take the price on AMC for flipping over to Ford, and it's just I had a limit or not a limit order, but I had an option contract ready to go, and I'll show you the exact contract I was looking at, because looking at Ford's price when I was looking, it was between 16 and 1650. So of course, I went ahead and I was looking at the 1650s because at that level just makes the most sense. And when I was looking at it this morning, the first half hour of the market, I set my price at $25. It was hovering between 22, 23. I saw it hit 24 a couple times. It never got up to 25. I never got my fill on it because 25 would score me a share and a half just off premium. And if the contract didn't get executed, well, I'm still waiting. I still get paid this week and potentially looking to add more Ford shares off of that. So every chance I get to add more to Ford without having to pull away from AMC, it's a win. But I would like to see AMC run back up and either close to within $1 or actually run higher than Ford. Cassie, if you don't mind me asking, how many horses? Just one Pika. Had 8 horses at one point. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of horses. That's a big family right there. So yeah, I'm still waiting to see what exactly is going to go on this week in the market. Flipping over, looking at the, we established that 1350, and we mainly established that looking further back on how far we had seen AMC drop previously. Let's jump. I think we can see it on the 1 hour. Yeah. So if we go down, it was in this zone right here where we ran down and broke through to, I think it was 1340, because we were using that kind of as our level. Yeah, 1340 was where it dropped down to. So it was using that kind of as a safety, trigger towards bull put spreads. Playing the low side and looking for it to run back up. Well, if you look at it today, it was not too kind to that 1350 level. We did close a little bit above it, but we are teetering on that level. That is the most recent support level that we've actually seen get hit when it ran down to that 1340. And to see it actually break through below 13 here, granted, that is that super volatile part of the market that I always talk about, that first 15 to 30 minutes where, if you're not sure what's going on, sit on your hands. Just don't, if you're worried about extreme volatility, just avoid that first 15 to 30 minutes, which takes us all the way to right here, which if you look how far we dropped, spike back up, drop back down, then it started to run, then it pulled back, and then once it hit that first half hour, once it hit right here at 27 minutes into the market, it started to turn around and move back upward again. And then at that point, we actually started to see a realistic representation of where the market was going. So it ran back up. It established a nice little channel here, looking right about the maybe 1380 through 1420. Right in this little range right here. It did establish nicely through there. It caught a bit of a pullback. And again, it picked a level. It tried to stay right in between. It did dip down, but that it just looks like that 1350 for the day anyway was really holding up as a battleground. A lot of maintenance, I would guess. Yes, two mares, then their offspring. A lot of fun, especially on days. I rode 6 in a day. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of moving saddles right there. Do I think Shib will hit $1 this week? Shib will hit $1 tomorrow. Shib will hit $1 tomorrow. The MOAS will be tomorrow, and we'll get fair market transparency tomorrow. But yeah, so it's it sucks. I wanted to already have that. I wanted to already be in that wheel. Yeah, I wanted to kick off the wheel this morning because even, let's jump over onto Ford right now. Ford options. So if I had the 100 shares, well, I'd be pulling 32. Oh, yeah, we dropped down. So if I were to enter in them tomorrow, it would still be $32 worth of premium. At $32, below $16, I'd pick up another 2 shares just for selling one covered call. So yeah, you can see you can see why I would like to get this wheel up and running, because to do absolutely nothing and to gain 2 extra shares of a stock, it's only $32. Well, that's 2 extra shares. If I keep doing this and flip it a couple times and add more in, well, eventually that'll turn in. If I can get 2 of these contracts going, and then all of a sudden, the same amount, flip this over to AMC, and I'm looking at 4 to 5 shares per week that I'm getting for doing absolutely nothing except for clicking a button. And that's why having. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. I had a good strategy going, but the risk was high. So to find a sacrificial stock that can come out and start start gaining me those extra shares. We have 8 standard breads, and they're a lot of work. So yeah, it is, it's not the end game, but it'll certainly do a lot of, I don't want to say behind the scenes work, but it'll do a lot to slowly start growing the position, to further grow it, and I won't have to touch any external money. So yeah, I should have set this up a long time ago, but just I was focused in mainly on AMC, and that's part of the great thing about it. I'm still learning new things every day. I'm still, refining my strategies. Paul, I hate to admit it, but I was one of those people who asked Clay that question when I first started watching. What we need to do is organize times for each of us, and every 5 minutes, a different person ask if Shib is going to the dollar this week. Have it timed out. Just lovingly troll Clay. Clay, if you're watching, I'm only joking. Don't know if Clay's in here right now hanging out. Pika almost fell off my chair. I almost adopted an off-the-track standard bread to take to university with me, but then a scholarship gave to someone else. Expensive lesson learned. Get everything in writing. Yes, I concur. Looking at it, even with the pullback, Ford had a nice day today. Here is the interesting thing. Hearing how low prices are getting on GameStop, I honestly, in the future, might look towards, with this Ford wheel going, if GameStop's going to be hanging out this low, I might start adding shares of GameStop in also. PROG has dropped back down to that $1.10 mark. Or no, $1.11. It is 1 cent above right now. So PROG, if you're playing PROG, now is definitely a good time to, if you, sitting on $111 and felt like picking up 100 shares, go for it. In my opinion, now is a really good time. See, the thing is, we're actually right on the top of the, this here. I thought the $1.10, but this is a super buy zone. If it hits the super buy zone, that's definitely, that's why it's called a super buy zone. But yeah, it's hovering right above. It barcoded, so much today. Oh. Hang on, I gotta take a business phone call. I shall be right back. Oh, let me get in here and mute. Yeah, Jim. Going all right? It's all right. What you got? Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking for drops?
No, these are big.
Oh, okay, main line. And that's for, is that for the pole getting replaced? How close are we to the pole? Uh, well, the thing is, depending upon the length of the driveway, some of those might be service drops going to the house. Yeah, yeah, big cables, and it would come off of a bath and connect to the tap off the big cable that way. Yeah, out there in the new building, Phil, if you see main line and it comes up and it goes off of has a bath and it connects into the front of the tap plate, then those are service drops going to houses that are just so long that they need the thicker cable. And fiber should be on your east to west run with the coaxial, I believe. That should all be joint trenched, I think. East Long Lake, about 100 feet from the. Yeah. If you're about, if you're just. Yeah, the fiber's on the north side. Yep. The fiber. The Yep, the fiber is with the coaxial. Either right with the main trunk line going through or one of the feeders. But yeah, the fiber's on the north side. Yep. If you go all the way down to the four-way to the west of you, where there'll be a locate point right there. Right there by the big doghouse with the node. It's right off the side of the road. Yeah. Okay. Yep, bye. Frank, it didn't mute. Oh, cool. Derp. It did not mute. That's good to know. All right, what did I miss? That's a bummer. Food fight silenced. Unfortunately, Paul, I cannot silence that phone. That is. Yeah, that is the work phone, and until Wednesday morning at 8 a.m., that phone cannot be silenced 24 hours a day. Don't say anything personal. Yeah. No, that was, so whenever something's going on, whenever someone has to dig, they have to put in what's called a locate ticket. Anytime they're breaking ground, a ticket has to be put in for all utilities to come out and mark their lines so they know they're not going to hit anything. Well, we contract out to a company to go mark our lines, and I go behind and I verify all the fiber after that. So that was just our contractor calling. They're going to be putting a new utility pole fairly close to our stuff, so he's out there marking all the lines for us, and I just have to go out tomorrow and verify that. Hey, Shredder, no problem if you got to run, man. Frank always answering all those tough questions. Yeah, that's well, see, the thing is, but before we got the contractors, in addition to all the regular my job work that I do, I was the primary locator for our area for like 4 or 5 years. So on top of everything else, yeah, DigSafe 811. Yep, that is up here. It's Gopher One in Minnesota, but yeah, it's most of my back when that was the case. Most of my summer days, like 90% of my time, I was out doing locates. It's nice to have contractors doing it now because I can actually do my job. Oh, Simon and Janelle both liked the tweet for the live stream. So yeah, anyone have any options questions, any market questions? We do have our crypto experts in here. We got a lot of crypto experts. It's I'm glad there are people who know this stuff because I I'm starting to understand it more. I'm just not 100% sure on 100% sure on all of it. I'm sure slowly over time, but luckily that was just a work call, so I didn't say anything personal. So here we got the spy, got the Qs, got the Russell. It's we're still in that bear market right now. PROG. Yeah, I still like PROG. I did exit some of my PROG position just because I was having some fun and I wanted to see if in aftermarket hours if I could how high I could step up limit orders, and it hung out at 135 and I got fills at 136, 37, and 38. So that was kind of cool. Just seeing the share price didn't move, but I was still able to get my trades in. And I rolled those into other positions. Mainly AMC. I ended up picking up quite a few shares of AMC with that money. Let's jump over. Speaking of crypto, glad you didn't say anything personal. So yeah, Bitcoin 39,000. Not too terrible. Let's we're on the 4-hour. So for this, let's go ahead and I want to kind of, we're halfway through March. Oh, yeah. Just in case anyone plans on going to Rome, that is today, right? That's tomorrow. Tomorrow, beware the Ides of March. If you see Caesar, tell him the same thing. Beware the Ides of March. If we got any history buffs, y'all understand that. So yeah, Bitcoin, Litecoin, same thing. No, a little bit different. Large hump, scatter, small hump. Okay, yeah, it's just, some stand out different than others. Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum didn't get as much of a run up as Bitcoin, not as much of a run up as Bitcoin did, but it did run nice and fairly flat through here. Speaking of personal, that person who was asking personal questions and acting like Claybro was eHarmony. Uniswap. And that's on this channel. This channel, I always want it to be a safe place for everyone. So if anyone is ever stepping out of line, or anyone ever having problems with someone in the chat, if you don't want to discuss it here in chat, or don't want any drama, any confrontation, anything like that, if someone is bothering you in chat, pop over, hit me up on Twitter, let me know, or let one of the other let Paul know. Paul is, of all the mods, Paul is the mod. So if if someone's bothering you in here, definitely let myself or Paul know, and we'll take care of it. This is no one should be harassed, no one should be bullied. Everyone should be respectful to each other. If anyone is not being respectful, then if you don't want to address it here in chat, and if you do address it here in chat, you will have the backing of this channel, of myself, of all the people who just want a nice chill place for everyone. But yeah, if you're ever being bothered by someone in here, let us know. It'll get taken care of. Doge, what's with that little spike right there? We're on the 4-hour. That was interesting. It did get up 12.18. Yeah, that's... He was asking that on Claybro stream? Oh, the Mudblood. I heard talk about that Mudblood guy. Yeah. Mudblood Killer or something like that. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I didn't see it in chat. I don't even remember seeing his name in there, but hopefully hopefully somebody got in there and zapped him and got him removed from the chat. That's uncalled for. It's unnecessary. It's disrespectful, and I can't stand it. Okay, so what happened with Doge earlier? Okay, let's. I want to zoom in on this bit because that looked like it was today. All right, let's pull back on the 5 minute. Okay, there it is. Man, any crypto people know what exactly happened here? Because that. So let's get our times here. So at 414 we had a low of 1116 and we shot up to 1218. Man, that was a full cent right there. All right, Simon. If Doge gets back to 5 cents, it'd be a great buy. But a multi-year hold, yeah, that's I get the wheel up and running, and yeah, if I see it drop down, 5-6 cents a coin, I would definitely, I would dedicate one full rotation of the wheel towards Doge and whatever it would get me. All right, Simon, we'll catch you later. Have yourself a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it's still though, still Crosby still. Oh, that 1567 is just so far away. So far away. I just wish that I could go through and set these times to, my time zone. What's this? But yeah, I wish I could set this to my time zone. That way I knew exactly when. Because there's I've noticed that some nights, especially on Shib, there are specific times where the price will jump up. And I would like to have, time out buys and sells based on these run-ups and rundowns. Charts are very deceiving, yeah. Not only are charts deceiving, but when you put lines on and manipulate the lines to support your own, to show you what you want to see. Perfect example. I could go on here and, come on, over. I mean, look at that. The Shib, I should have come out at this point being like, yeah, Shib's going to stay parabolic here. I mean, just look at it. It dropped down. That's an ascending level of support right there. But in all actuality, you take your dot, move it down. Okay, well, you still got an ascending level. It is so easy to, and I've touched on this before about, when you're charting, be careful about overcharting and adjusting your charting to support what you want to see. That's fooling yourself into a bad trade. But yeah, totally. That's shows you exactly where Sheep's going to go. Well, it's already, it's up above there. So we'll get rid of that now. That was just me having a little bit of fun. Will she believe you have to watch Chinese markets in the middle of the night for the best prices? That's what I'm talking about, Paul. I've noticed that there are certain times where certain coins will run and certain coins will pull back at certain times, and that goes back. If you set up your orders, you can totally set up. Okay, if it, when it runs up to this price, sell. When it drops back down to this price, buy. And just keep setting those every time it triggers. Set a new point, either high or low, based on which side of the trade you're on. But yeah, all in all, this is, on the day. Let's go back. Let's see, it's not reliable. That's the problem. Right before you get a dip, but right before here you don't get you get a little bit of a dip, but not a massive one. Pull back here. We had a dip, but immediately recovered. That's why for a lot of crypto, it just comes down to buy and hold. If you believe in the coin, if you believe in the project, you'll just buy, sit back. If it runs up and you realize that that's enough profit for you, yeah, capture your profit. But I just don't see. There are people who actively trade crypto, and I'm sure they do it the same way with just with using limit orders. Hey, bye, Cassie. Thank you for stopping by, spending a little bit of your evening with us. Well, yeah, it's just funny, especially with AMC. Those bull puts that were looking so safe down at the 13 to 1350 bull puts. Well, they're not looking so safe anymore now. We've already, we ran back through. We're talking 1350s. Well, it's already dropped below 13. So how far would we have to go back to see, all of these levels? You have to go all the way back before the run to 72 in order to see any support, any resistance at any of these levels. What? How's it at 13th? Oh, we're not having that. I did not click on that to move that. And y'all know the way I am, so this is, oh no, why is it showing? Why is it showing me 1349.9 on the other one? You think it'll close Friday under 13? It will not let me zoom in anymore. That was so weird. Well, Paul, if that is the case, well, first of all, okay, let us go over, because one of the things you have to also look at is the threat level. So we are on the call side of the house. So we are already under, there are no contracts currently in the money, or no strike prices that have over 1,000 contracts on them. 14 is, both 14 and 1450 are sitting right about $2,000 a piece, just shy of 7,800 at the 15. And let's see how we're looking on the put side of the house. So looking at it, thing is, under 13 would put 4,100 more puts in the money. Good look, Paul, but I almost wonder if we might close between 13 and 1350, just because if they push us down under 13, another set of puts go in the money. Now, granted, some of those could be, hedge fund. We don't know who is playing what puts, whether this is them trying to make money or just retail investors that are playing puts also, because let's not forget, not all retail investors are apes, not all retail investors are long on AMC. There are people out there in the market who don't care about the movement, and they're just out to make money. Well, if these guys there might be some hedge funds that are long on AMC, and they're selling, they're on the other side of these, and they don't want to see it drop below. But definitely the 13 mark, closing below 13 is a strong possibility. I'm just wondering if they might not fight as hard, just because it would put these extra puts in the money, and if those are retail, they're against retail. All the hedge funds, market makers, they don't like us retail investors. So it is possible that they might try to hold us just above 13, because, like I said, let's go back over to the call side of the house. We're only talking under 13. We're only talking about 442 contracts as of right now. And you go over to puts, and you're talking 10 times more contracts would go in the money if they drove it. But when you compare the calls to the puts, 10 times more contracts would go in the money. So I'm not sure. They absolutely could try to drive us as low. And if you look at increment of 5, that $5 mark, 15,000. It hit 5 digits. There's over 10,000 contracts there. So that is like one of those hard lines right there. I mean, look at over 32 and a half at 15. 16 at 14 and a half. But yeah, Paul, I definitely see them, trying to keep this pressure up, trying to shake off as many people as they can. So it is entirely possible. So Ford has dropped down to 15, we'll call it 1575, just because I like round numbers. Round is in, to the nearest 5 cent. So with that being said, if I look at the 1550s 26, that turns out to 1575 when you add them together. So yeah, I might look at 1550 covered calls for tomorrow. If those got, if they get executed on, granted, it'd be great if the price ran back up, because that would price ran up on AMC, not on Ford, because that would make that transition that much smoother. I just want to get back to establishing extra money coming in, and start building up. First of all, get that wash clock running. If I've got to come out of AMC to set up a Ford wheel, come out of a small bit, just get that wheel running. I want to get that wash clock running down as fast as possible, because if they drag it out another 2, 3, 4 months, well, the sooner I can start buying shares of AMC again and not having to worry about that wash anymore. It's just part of the strategy right now. So what is everyone else up to? I'd still like to see AMC close at 1650 on the week, or 1651. Only because that was the level that I was looking to get into those covered calls at. But yeah, it goes back to what we were saying on your stream, Paul. That when you're, ooh, well, we certainly hope you feel better, and hopefully it's not that thing. Hopefully it's not the cerveza. Like, the best thing for you to do is what works best for you financially. Yeah, that's every person. Everybody has their own strategy. Everyone has their plan. And Heath Ledger's Joker stated, it's all part of the plan. This is. I'm just, I could sit there and, buy shares and, listen to the stream and every day just be waiting. For me, I like to be I like to be proactive. I want to go through and, I want to find ways to grow my position. But yeah, like we said in your stream, it doesn't matter what the daily price actions are when it comes down to, AMC, goes to the moon, MOAS kicks off, and you exit your position. You're not going to care about the daily price action. You may, some people may be on a yacht and might laugh, but I remember the day they drove us below 13. A few people might be laughing, waiting for their private helicopter to take, come pick them up and drop them off at their personal racetrack or whatever they've got. But I'm just always looking for ways to make a little bit more, improve my position, and just be doing stuff, being active in the market. Look at that, everything except for AMC after hours. Oh, you can't see the Russell because it's below. Russell up 0.45, 0.46 on the Qs, 0.3 on the SPY, 3.6 on PROG after hours. GameStop 2.42. So true, Claybro Island, yeah. Nah, I would like a cabin right on the edge of the mountains. Nice open space, a little bit of farmland. Lake cabin fireplace. Out in the middle of nowhere, just nice, peaceful, quiet. Go out at night and have a sky filled with stars, no light pollution. Far enough away from everything else to where you can see stars that hardly anyone has seen in 100 years. And of course, I would. I don't know. I wouldn't own my own helicopter, but I'd certainly. I'd maybe, fly out to the island and visit everyone there. Have some chickens and cows. Or goats, fresh milk, fresh eggs. Learn how to make cheese. Make my own cheese. Yeah, Peak, Colorado, Montana, both. I've been to Montana. Montana's absolutely gorgeous. The winters, though, the cold in the winter. Keep in mind that I work outdoors in the winter. So I was thinking somewhere, if I had my choice, I would be Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, maybe the Carolinas, somewhere Appalachian Mountains, lower Appalachians. Somewhere where I get snow in the winter, but I don't get 40 below, freezing pipes and stuff like that. So the super cold, because I don't mind cutting wood, but I don't want to have to cut wood for 4 weeks straight to make it through the winter or whatnot. Yeah, but nothing wrong with having a little bit of land and having having garden, having farm type stuff. But the like chickens having eggs and stuff. That's I like eggs. Eggs is one of my favorite things, food wise. So much, yeah. Nope, not Alaska. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope, Alaska. That's a hard pass on me for Alaska. Not a fan. Part of it also, I would not want to live too far away from a NASCAR track. Currently, I'm not sure right now if Iowa or Iowa might be the closest. If not, Joliet in outside of Chicago, but I wouldn't want to go to Chicago for a NASCAR race. I know IndyCar runs in Milwaukee at the Milwaukee Mile. Maybe the Xfinity and the trucks do for NASCAR. I would love if I so if I was gonna go, Alaska would have the worst winters. Yeah, I imagine Alaska's winters aren't that nice. And depending on how high up you are, how long the darkness lasts. I choose Tally. Oh shit, you're looking at Alabama. I would actually I would like to find the geographical center. Uh, Use triangulation and be in between Dover, Bristol, and Concord, Charlotte. If I could be in between those three tracks, because those are like my three favorite tracks out there. Granted, I love a lot of the road course racing. Uh, People always make jokes about them, just taking left turns all day and not realizing. I think it was last year there were 7 road course races in NASCAR, which is great, including one in the playoffs. The playoffs supposed to be the playoffs for the best drivers in NASCAR. Okay, why isn't there a road course? Because you run on them in the regular season. The championship should have a road course as well. I would go to Talladega just to see it. I mean, to hear, you see it on TV and everything, but to actually be there and see a tri-oval that is 2.66 miles. I mean, be up there in the grandstands and just looking across. You need binoculars to see cars on the other side of the track. It'd be a sight to behold. And Bristol will be a dirt race again, but it'll be a night race this year, so that'll be kind of cool. Looking for that. I like some dirt track racing. That's 2 hours from Long Pond, and you haven't been there. Or wait, no. Watkins Glen. Yeah, the road course. Long Pond is Pocono out in Pennsylvania. Okay, wow, you're not too far from the Glen. I like when they get the Indy cars out there and they run the boot as well, not just because NASCAR coming off the carousel, they go straight down to the sand trap, the last 2 turns before the main straightaway. But IndyCar will actually run it with the boot there coming off the carousel. You rock the carousel, then you bring it back to the left, go downhill into the boot, come back uphill, and take that left, the double left at the sand pit. Yeah, I love the Glen. So let's see how those bull puts are looking. Yeah. 24. Wow. Those are almost at 50%. The thing is, you're 6 cents away. 1350. Well, 1350 is your high on there. And it was actually a wonderful race this weekend from Phoenix. I was getting ready to go out and I was brushing my teeth and I TiVo all the races just so I can go back and, if I don't stay for the whole race or if I miss the race, I can go back and watch it later. And so I was brushing my teeth and I hear Kyle Larson, brushing my teeth, problems, brushing my teeth, to the garage, stop brushing my teeth, come out, look up. The one, there's one team that I cannot stand, and there's one driver on their team that just so utterly detest. And was listening, and he ended up losing valve springs in his engine, so his day was over early. So it was a good day for me because I don't like him. I don't like the entire organization he drives for. Wow. Yeah, I'm just. How low do I want to go? I didn't have time to do. I set my covered calls. I didn't go in. I didn't have time to go look at bull puts. I didn't have time to set anything else this morning. I was kind of was figuring my Ford flip and never really entered anything else. Oh, I know it's impossible to predict the market, but when do you think things will bounce back? Are you talking the overall market in general, or? All right, what do we got here? Let's go back on the 4 hour. Yeah, but Pika, are you talking the overall market, or are you just talking, yes, overall? Now, we did see a pretty strong downward push. I would be wary of Mondays, because if we get in here and really look at it, not till the war ends and prices on goods return to normal. Yeah, that's a huge part of it. Now, I think there are avenues that the market can start to. There are parts of the market that are not, in fact, down right now, and granted, some of them are in industries that take advantage of things like what's going on. So let's go back. Actually, I think I do want the daily here. Yeah, we're certainly on a. I tend to use a SPY just because it gives you a little bit better view on the overall market. What were these dates? May 19th, May 12th. Yeah, it's yeah, a lot of it is just going to depend on, because certainly, it's not just our market. The gas prices are going on all over the world. Going back to that whole, drawing lines to support your own data. Where are we at? Up another dollar. $10.64. We'll call it right there. So I was wondering, this green candle, this guy right here, I was wondering how we were looking on that, but looking at it, we've already, if you're going to try to use that as an ascending level of support, well, we broke through that today, so that does not hold up. Now, realistically, let me dump that real fast. Oh, what do we got here? Let's narrow this up just a bit. I think a more realistic representation of where we might be heading. I'm actually going to pull all the way back to here. That is 1 day below. But if you look, we'll zoom in on this in just a second here. All right, so we got that descending level right there. Now, I've mentioned before on the channel that you've got to be wary of spike punch throughs. When it spikes down, especially on a down tick, there could be any number of reasons why you would see a severe downward spike. But what I'm more interested in, so as we go through, as we tighten up, how far? So we did spend, and we're looking at the bodies of the candles, because the wicks, you can count the wicks if you want, just looking off what I'm going for. And if you look and see, the 5MA just barely almost ran down and touched. So looking at those spikes going through, certainly on the 30-minute, the 5MA did hold up. These spikes did get run through, and the fact that we're grazing the 5MA right there, we go further down the line. So this, we gapped down. Yeah, this is a gap down during the week, though. So this wasn't a weekend gap down. This was during the regular week. The 5MA held up nicely here. It gapped down, got pushed, immediately ran back up, closed out higher. And this is that first volatile spike of the day. Hey, Vengeance, welcome to the live stream. And it ran back up. So we see right here, it did punch through. The 5MA held up on the 30-minute. So we could realistically be looking at it continuing to pull down, and somewhere I'm going to swag it here. So that's on the 8th. That's on the 14th of last month. Eighth. I'm trying to math right now. My brain isn't. It is possible. What days is the market open? It is possible on the 21st we might run down. On the 21st we might run down and test that again. Maybe before then, but I'd be looking around the 21st. We might actually run down and maybe see if we catch a bounce off of that. And if we do, if we catch that bounce, we had that run up. How long was that? That was run up and held. Did we see the same thing? We didn't get as high of a run up, but as you saw, we ran down. The 5MA held up. We hit, bounced off, had a little bit of a run up there, and we go further back. to here. We ran down using this as our regular starting point. We hit there and ran up. So, and like I said, I can move these lines to support whatever thesis I want. But, just looking at the 5MA holding up on this downward spike where it did punch through, and the next time we tagged that level on that descending level, the 5MA was caught and we ran back up, and that was mainly off of a gap down. So if you trust the gap down or not, just kind of what I would be looking at there. Oh, what do we got here? Work phone made noise. Oh, Polaris office. Oh. So what does everyone else have going on? Who all do we still have hanging out? In fact, let's jump over. It's a lot uglier when you're looking at the NASDAQ. Hey, Paul's still here. So we got Vengeance, Paul, and Pika. All right, so let's go. I kind of want to have a look since the start of the year. I just kind of look. I want to kind of get a look at how the overall market. So that line. SPY definitely up a lot more. So comparing the, we're talking the overall, the S&P 500 versus the NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is tech heavy. It does look like the SPY did a little bit better. The thing is, I'm not seeing as many downward dips on the NASDAQ. Russell, now here's the thing. This is the interesting thing. If you look at the Russell, yeah, it had that huge rundown. But if you look at it, it has a lot more of a channel feel to it. Going off the bodies of the candles at the 191. We've got a fairly flat. We've had some wicks down and only one candle on the 4 hour that the body is below that. You go down, it's hard to find the same type of hard support level. So the Russell. Yeah, so looking on here, the three major indexes we look at here, the SPY is, no, they're not index funds. These are ETFs that track the specific indices. So for the Qs, that is an ETF for for the Nasdaq 100, and that's through Invesco. So the SPY is the S&P 500 from Spiders. The Qs are the Invesco ETF for the Nasdaq 100, and the IWM is iShares for the Russell 2000. There are different indexes you can look at for the S&P 500, but the SPY is the benchmark that the rest of the market is judged against. You can look at other things for, you could look at the overall. Let's see. This is the actual index for the Nasdaq. IXIC. This is the Nasdaq right here, and if you look, looking at it, well, $12,555.35. You look at these prices; these are a lot higher. A lot of people will just track off of the best ETF within each of the sector, or within each of them. So Spiders for the SPY, Invesco for the Qs, and iShares for the Russell. So those are just the more prominent ETFs that track those indexes. That's all it is. It's just, I could have the actual indices up here. And these are, when you hear reports on, on financial, like, Wall Street channels and stuff, when they're referring to the Dow being down or the Nasdaq being down, this is what they're referring to, the actual indexes, to where regular investors, a lot of us retail, we tend to track the actual ETFs that follow the indexes. How is the 40 below Betsy Bring Duff? I hope y'all aren't talking anything about the Batman movie. I have not seen it yet. I am planning to go out and watch it this weekend. So please, no spoilers. GameStop, I'm still kicking around the idea. I mean, if you look, so I laid out these marks right here on the different zones for GameStop that I was looking at, different purchasing zones, and we actually dipped below that final. This is actually exciting because there are times I'll lay stuff out and I'll have plans in place and everything, and it's like I'll be looking everything over and it's like, okay, well, yeah, if it gets down here, this is a zone I would like to get it in. Well, my goodness, I mean, look where we are. We're right in. We've dropped below that bottom zone. We've gotten to that place where I would definitely like to. Adam West, the real Batman, yes. And it still amazes me, even after all that, they still have not. They still haven't mass-produced shark repellent. I mean, could you imagine, when he was trying to get to the Batcopter, if he didn't have his shark repellent? I mean, but GameStop is in a nice buy zone. And that was the thing. When I first got in and was looking, let's see. Yeah, I remember it was over 200 a share when I was looking to. Actually, it would have been further back here, I think. I know when I was looking and I was looking to decide between AMC and GameStop, and I was looking and GameStop was like $200. I was like, no, okay, I guess I'm gonna go with AMC then. Just from knowing that I wanted to play covered calls and stuff like that. Oh, 60 by Friday? Yes. That would be a nice place to be. And that's actually an interesting thought, Paul. If I'm playing, if I play the covered calls on AMC and they hit, and I take enough from it to go ahead and buy the shares on. Really? Too many phones. So go through, buy just what I need to start the wheel on Ford, and then take whatever's left over and buy shares of GameStop, and start building a GameStop position as well. Because since we're on GameStop, let's have a look at their option chain. We want calls. Yeah, see, and I think Robert Pattinson would be a good Batman. I'm interested to see how he does in the role. Oh, that's Paul calling again. Yeah. When you look at the price on look at the premium you're collecting on some of these covered calls. At $85 on covered calls, you're getting almost $400 per contract. So yeah, I might start adding some GameStop. See how low GameStop wants to run back down, and see if I start doing it like that, because for AMC I'll be under the wash rule for 30 days. So why not go out and instead of focusing right back on AMC, start picking up some GameStop. I've got 30 days where I can invest in GameStop before it goes back over to AMC. But I kind of want to see how low. Look at it. How much further will this go down? Where will it finally catch support? If I sit back and keep collecting cash to buy in, and if we actually find a bottom, or when we start seeing if someone's following Ortex, and we start to see the Ortex numbers change, and you're like, okay, now I'm getting serious buy triggers coming up, and just have a whole bunch of powder on standby, and as soon as I see it start to go, grab those shares and hope it runs to ridiculous levels, which is kind of the plan with all of this. But everyone, I'm going to go and wrap it up for the evening. I said I hardly got to see the market today. Just super busy day at work. I love hanging out with everybody here. This is this channel. The people that are on it, y'all are the best of the best. Everyone over on Clay's live stream is the best. Well, this channel has the best of the best. The super community comes over and hangs out on this channel. Like, we should have our own emblem and costumes and dress up and go fight crime. And we already have vengeance on our side. But I want to thank everyone who popped in here. We had Simon, Shredder, Paul, Casey, Pika, Cassie. I think I just said. Looking through, such a wonderful group of people. Yeah, I said Simon already. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming by, spending a little bit of time out of your evening. I know it's not easy on a day where you see your P&L falling and everything, but hey, we come in here, we still have fun, we hang out, It's an awesome group. We don't have to talk, stock options, crypto. We don't have to talk any of that. We can certainly talk. I know there was some horse conversations going on. We talked motorsports a bit. It's just a place where everyone can come out and hang out a bit. Oh yeah, the Lawn Bros. Yeah, Lawn Bros are the best of the best. It's the same group. I mean, Paul and I are just a dynamic duo. So I mean, we just have the best of the best that bounce between our two streams. Paul's channel's so great. He covers the run up into my show. He gets all the exclusive behind the scene footage. I mean, Claybro's channel doesn't get no exclusive behind the scene footage. I mean, Paul's got that exclusivity. That's a tough word to say. Yeah, no problem, Pika. And yeah, Pika, if you ever have questions about specific things within the options market, feel free. There are people who have never. You say options, and they don't even know what the word means, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not something they've been exposed to. So as you learn more, you'll get more comfortable, and as you learn more, you'll know what kind of questions you want to ask. Paul is the brawn and I am the brain. Yeah, and we can switch up those positions. We can take turns being the brain and take turns being the brawn. But yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by, spent a little bit of time out of your evening. Just keep holding. They have not covered. The MOAS is still on. Eventually the government's gonna figure out what's going on with crypto, and right now crypto's going down because there's so much uncertainty out there, and everyone's just kind of waiting. Everything going on in the world, everyone's holding their breath, everyone's waiting. And Pika's dad watched the channel. See, that's cool. Yeah, and so if anyone's watching, they haven't subscribed to Paul Wright Lawn's channel, pop over there, hit that subscribe button. Pika Power has her channel on YouTube also. If you're looking for gifts for family members, go look at. Oh, hang on. Go check out Magical Unicorns Artist on Twitter. I actually looked through there. I flipped through and went through many pages of items within the online store, and I've got some gift ideas. So if you're looking for gifts for friends and family members, definitely go check that out on Twitter. Of course, come see us over on Claybro's channel. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And from me to you, I wish you good health and good trades.